hope some of you have already started reading it and then sharing me the feedback, but others who haven't done it, take your time out. You will have next 1-2 weeks when the sessions are not going to be there. I have given you a clear guidance here, complete guided to begin your trading business. What are the things to do? What are the things you should be setting it up? Guys, this book is absolutely complimentary, which you guys wouldn't have paid. So we have given you the entire thing as a soft copy to all of you. So you can keep it in your mobile wherever you're traveling, whenever you're traveling. If you wanted to have a like in a read, you can just go through that. So this is on top of whatever that I committed. I've given you that. So now, are we all set for day 2? Guys, yes, the day 1 is completed. Day 2, since we have begun, the session is showing you as status is completed. Don't worry, still we have the session till 3:30. Okay, great. Okay, so now, day 1, what are the things which we went through? We went through about the first and foremost about how a trader, what are the things as a trader like in which I went through, and what are the things as a psychology, how it can play a role, and who are the 4 types of traders and where we belong, and which type of trader category you belong to. So we have seen all those things yesterday. So before I move on, every day I am posting something in the group. Are you guys reading whatever that I am posting as a morning message? Because this is something which I will be posting it during the session days. So whenever I am available, I will be posting the morning views. Why I am doing that? The morning views is something which I want you guys to start developing it over a period of time. So what are the things which I see it, how I see it, why I see it, and then how it helps us to take a decision. Many people ask me, right, Shiva, like, and how do you go and take a trade right in the morning itself, the opening trade? Okay, what are the things which you see it to make like an opening trade? So those are the things which I see it, how it plays and everything. So that helps us to like inform a view, and not necessary that like and we will exactly get that. Sometimes we will also go wrong, but it's always important to note all of these things and then take our trading decisions. Okay, so that's the reason I will be sharing this. But going over, once the sessions are over after 2 or 3 months, I would love to see all of you beginning to process yourself, how the world markets are, how internal markets are, how the market structure, what are the news and events that is going to be played. I would love to see all of that is getting done from your end as well. Okay, so that is something which you guys needed to start believing in and start working on it. So what is the market today is doing it? So based on whatever the things which you guys have seen yesterday, I'll just give you a quick market view before we start today's session, and then we will move on. So if you look at it, we I think towards the 3 p.m. the things started to move out on the upside, especially more than the bank nifty. If you have seen the nifty was the one which was pushing it after 3 p.m. So nifty was trading somewhere around 90,600 odd levels. By around 320 odd levels, it went to 90,670, almost a 70-point move. The whole day these guys didn't do anything, and they did it in the second hour. But usually this is the area wherein I normally ask the newbies to avoid trading. Okay, so we will have certain parameters wherein you guys needed to follow it. If you're a newbie, don't try to do your trades between 9:15 to 9:45-10. Similarly, after 2:30, you needed to avoid your trades. And I will explain you the reasons why we should be avoiding it. Because this is the area wherein the big money does something for the next day. Okay, so either they do it for like in that particular day closure and everything, or they create some positions based on their expectations for tomorrow. And one more thing, on expiry days, now every day is going to be an expiry day. On expiry days, usually between 2:30 and 3:30, any action that is happening, it's not going to be based on the news or anything. It's based on the positions that they create. So that's the reason you will normally see a crazy move which is going to be happening between 2:30 to 3:30. So please be very careful while handling this particular movement. And if you are not experienced enough, I would sincerely say try to avoid that particular time, because it's not going to be easy. Volatility is going to be crazy, and easily some of you can lose large money during that particular period. Okay, so this is on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now, if you look at this, I'll just give you a synopsis later on when we are going into detail of all the indicators and other things, how I normally look at have a breakout trade or a breakdown. So normally what I do is I draw a line. Okay, so if I wanted to see it today morning, yesterday evening, the market went to a high of this, right? So what I normally do is I'll start to draw a line here. Okay, I normally look at which is the level at which these guys are taken it for yesterday. Okay, so if you look at it, this is the level towards the late end till almost 19,670 odd levels. They went in and then came back. But if you look at it, this is yesterday's data. That is the high that got created in the morning also that I was not there. So this is the high which got created yesterday. Now, yesterday's VWAP is this level, right? Today, if you just draw a line for that VWAP till morning 10 o'clock, what they did, they came to that particular level and took a support exactly at the VWAP and then started to move out. Why that VWAP is the most crucial indicator? Now you would have got an answer today. Because this is the area wherein the bulls will try to defend. Do you see this? The gap between the candle and the VWAP? This is the profit normally a bull on the futures will be taking home. So what they normally try to do is when they are trying to break it, they wouldn't give up that particular average traded price because they know their average is somewhere around 19,600 and I shouldn't give up that level. That's the reason yesterday's VWAP will be critical till morning 10:30. Once morning volume and other things are picked up, then you will see intraday VWAP will be in critical point. Now, if you see it, I wouldn't consider this level. This level will be secondary. This level will be the primary one. Okay, so this is how I normally draw like in a support and resistance lines. People ask me, right, Shiva, like why do you draw all those lines and how does it help? This is how it helps. Okay, so I've just shown you this, but we will go in detail. Since it's a synopsis, I thought let me give you a clue how and what I will be looking for in a day's trade. And now, so where I'll be extremely or super bullish, once this particular level is getting beaten with the volume on the upside, then I will be extremely bullish on the Nifty. Similarly, if they are trying to break down below this VWAP and this level, then it is going to be bearish. But where you will be like an extremely bearish, you see this like in a low level yesterday, this level will be the level wherein I will be extremely bearish on Nifty. Once they break 19,676 on the upside, we can get a rally. Or once they break that 19,555, you will get a breakdown, like in whatever the breakdown rally, whatever that you wanted it. Now, how I can play in between this range? As a scalper, I will be looking for all the support and resistance trade. So once it comes here, support, resistance. So this is how I normally going to be looking for a trade opportunity in the market. But considering it's a new expiry for Nifty without the support of Bank Nifty, we needed to be a little more careful. Even if you look at the option chain page, what they are trying to do, they are only trying to erode the premiums on both the sides. So there is not much which is happening. So IV levels are almost same, and you are seeing only like in 20 rupees move here, 27 rupees move on the downside. This is not going to be a major like in a buying opportunity for me. So I would sincerely say, if you guys are looking for something, I would wait it out. If you're looking for Bank Nifty it's a new series now. Okay, Bank Nifty, it's a new series. Though it is getting bullish, I was expecting it to be little more bearish compared to the Nifty, but this is the guy who is trying to be more bullish than the Nifty. Now, even here, they are trying to take it higher. But the only problem here is, after one candle, we are not getting to see a follow-up. In this scenario, normally you will get to see some kind of an, a threshold wherein in the upper limit you will get to see a selling pressure. If you are looking for the trending OI data, which we were looking at it, right, it is almost same, but it is almost on the bullish side, but I wouldn't be like in too much bullish for the Bank Nifty today. Similarly on the Nifty, it is almost, this is like in one of the highest number we have seen it in a long time. Okay, so if you go and look at the Nifty like an OI data, since there is no Bank Nifty today, the number of people who are trading on the Nifty is very high, and usually when you see same kind of an OI on both the sides, call and the put, almost 10 crore, you will normally see it's going to be more of a writing day. When I say writing day, the sellers will be able to enjoy whatever the little benefits or the premium which are left. Now, When you're looking at the premium tab, yesterday you saw like in a massive calls are in the discount and then the puts are in the premium, right? Today both call and the put are in the premium, but call side premiums are little higher compared to the put side. This is for Bank Nifty, beginning of the week. But look at the Nifty here. Except at the money, you don't see many like in strikes trading in the premium. This is 19,600. This is 19,650, and anything above 19,700 and 800, all the puts are trading in discount, but not a deep discount, or maybe around 1 rupee, 2 rupee, and so on. This I would ignore it. But overall texture, this is not going to be an ideal day as a buyer in the Nifty. If you're thinking that you'll be able to make money, I would needed to see this particular level getting beaten with the volume for me to make at least reasonable sum of money. Otherwise, this is going to be like in a day wherein the sellers will keep pounding on every opportunity and then trying to make money. So we will all see this, why this and everything. So why this blue line at 19,580? This I would have drawn it sometime back for some other reason wherein the market would have taken a support. Can you see this? This is at 90,600 earlier, and let me just show. This 19,580 was the level wherein they were consistently trying to break it, and then once they moved higher, they were like quickly scaling up actually. Okay, so this would have been drawn long back to understand what I would have done it and so on. Now, this has all been done. I've given you a quick summary, what is the status and everything. Okay, so if you are a trader, you would have by this time, if you have made some money on the upside, you should be really happy, because after the initial fall, based on yesterday's recovery, the Bank Nifty is just doing it. But I would sincerely say, please be careful. Unless and until we get to see a two-candle theory, it will be very difficult. Though the AI signal has come in here, it is not giving you a major move, but it may give you like in a sudden one green candle and so on. But please be careful. No, here we won't use the two-candle theory, guys. All this is between 2:30 and 10 o'clock. I wouldn't. I will tell you what is the time at which we will use the two-candle theory and everything. Just wait for it. Now, we have just done the recap and also the morning view. Now we will get into the introduction into the F&O markets. So, guys, what I'm going to be doing is, anyway, I will be sharing this document with you. It is all going to be like a self-explanatory. You will be going through that. But I'm going to be sharing my experiences as well. How I came into this F&O market and what are the things which I started to track and why I started to track. That's important, right? So without knowing how I did it and why I did it, it is going to be very difficult for you to understand why Shiva is using so many things. Okay, why Shiva is using so many things. Now, first and foremost, I told you about 2007, I came into the markets, like in getting into the investing part of it, and almost from 1 lakh, I went up to 10 lakh. When my portfolio became from 10 lakh to 1 lakh, I squared off all my positions. Okay, I squared off all my positions. But at that time, I didn't say anything to my wife or to my family, anyone, but I needed to recover that 9 lakh because there was a tremendous pressure on me. That particular savings amount which we had, it was about to buy a house. Unfortunately, I told my wife only I will be taking 1 lakh from our savings. But the trading does to you, right? What trading does to you, when you start to trade, you will immediately start to add more capital, thinking that you will be able to recover the loss. So in that process, without even informing my wife, I keep on taking the savings, whatever that was there. We kept a lot of FDs, broke the FDs, put it into the market, and it was I was averaging it. My friend used to say, the guy who took me into the market, was I bought a DLF at 1,200, I'm still holding it. And when I started buying DLF, it was around 600 rupees. And I thought, this guy is holding it from 1,200, I'm buying it at 600, that means I'm super lucky because I'm getting it at 50% discount price. Then it kept on going to 400, 300, he says, boss, I'm still holding. Then we didn't know anything, both he and me, no one knows anything about the market. Only thing which he has said to me is, I used to be wondering, you guys are always asking a question, right? How did you came into the market? Me and my wife, we both were managers and team manager. This guy was working under me, the colleague whom I talked. And he used to come in car. We both used to come in bike. We used to ask him, guys, come on, man. Like, and we both are earning salaries. Like, and still we are not able to afford to buy a car. We are coming in a two-wheeler. How come you are able to buy a car? Because whatever the salaries which you guys process, I just keep putting it in the market. The market like and moves from almost gives me 4x or 5x returns, and I just keep buying whatever the luxury things which I needed to do. So that really motivated me to come into the market, thinking that okay, just because this guy is able to do it, I should also be able to do it. And he said, boss, I will tell you all the stocks which has been moving. But the problem here is I entered into the wrong timing. When I say entered into the wrong timing, this is a chart. Okay, this is a Nifty PE chart. Okay, those days we don't track all these Nifty PE charts and other things. I'm just giving you a rub to know where exactly I entered and how the things have played out. Okay, so this is the area wherein I entered. When the markets were somewhere around September, I think I opened my account somewhere around 2007 here in the IDBI. So IDBI used to be the one of the stable platforms at that time. They had a platform called Paisa Builder. So I thought my Paisa is going to be getting built. So we opened the account, we entered when the Nifty PE ratio, price to earning ratios were around 24, 25. Okay, so if you look at it, these are like in areas wherein I should be avoiding it. So do you see this green? When it is typically dark green, that's the area wherein we needed to do investments. When it is getting lighter and lighter, we should try to book our profit. But we didn't know all those things at that time. So we were exiting and like entering here and then started to average my positions here. Do you see this? This is the area wherein it is slowly starting to get green because the values are coming down 26, 22, 20, 21, 20. And my portfolio of like in 1, 2, 3, 4 started adding, right? Here we would have added the 10 lakhs. But by this time, it started to crack. The market started to crack, all this Lehman crisis, the Satyam Saga, everything unfolded. Do you see what has happened here? The Nifty PE ratios came from almost 24, 25 to 13, 12, 12, 12, 12, 13 and so on. Honestly, if if whatever the portfolio which we would have been holding, if we would have been able to hold it till this time, it would have given me multifold returns once again. Okay, so this is the area wherein I would have made tons and tons of money, wherein if I would have been holding out those, because I had Bajaj Finance, FinServ, you name it, I would have had all the good companies, and some of them were worse companies as well. But I thought this is the area wherein the market is going to keep on going lower, and I booked my losses. With my portfolio, which was around 10, became 1, we booked it. But from here, all the stocks started to rally. Okay, that is when though it didn't give you like a V-shaped rally, it was a W, but it started to move up higher. And then the next time I started to reinvest again was here. Okay, so this is where I learned my mistake, and then I started to do a sip here, and then I booked somewhere around when it went to 22, 23, to somewhere around this particular area, completely booked out my long-term portfolio. And since I become a full-time trader, then I started to ignore the long-term other thing. I thought, if I'm going to be a trader, I cannot be focusing on both. Let me focus on this, and in case in future if I wanted to become an investor, then I will think about it. But the reason why I'm explaining it to you is, this is the area wherein I should have sold my kidney, property, everything, and then invested in the market. But we made a mistake. So ideally, I have seen one kind of a bear cycle here. Another one, this is like an extremely tough one for me. Why? Because this is the area wherein the market was extremely bullish, and after the COVID era, it started to rally like crazy. If you see this, I was expecting it to buy after the COVID. Looking at 2007-8, what I was expecting, it is going to be a W. That means you will see a move, fall, and then another up move, and then another fall wherein you will be able to enter. But after the fall, it was like a crazy upside move. It didn't give you any opportunities. And if you look at the PE values, it's crazy valuation. No one with this kind of a crazy valuation will enter into a market, and that's exactly market thought as well. So there were some stocks which corrected, some stocks which has zoomed like crazy. It has never been done. But overall, there were some corrections and everything happened. Now it is somewhere around 22. But if you ask me whether this is an ideal level, historically, this is a historical chart. Okay, so whenever it has gone above this 20, 25 or 30 odd levels, you have always seen a major correction. Okay, so now the market is in this kind of an area where the P values are somewhere around 22.3 or something. But if you see this, whenever it has gone above the 21, 28, 25, 24, 29, it has always done a major correction. Okay, but next time, if you guys are looking for like a major investment that you wanted to, Shiva, I have a bulk capital, I wanted to invest in the market, you needed to look for all these areas. When there is a fear in the market, that is when you needed to be greedy. Okay, when there is a fear in the market, I want you guys to be greedy, go and invest all your money there. And the most important thing, someone who says, Shiva, I do not know which stocks to pick and other things, the best option is going to be index ETFs. Index ETFs or Nifty Bs or Bank Nifty Bs, because these are the ones, anyway, like in the index stocks, when they start to move, you will get to see your values also going down. That is for a safe investment. But please be careful when the P values are going above the 28, 29, because historically it has not crossed the 25 to 30 odd levels. Okay, so it always used to trade somewhere around that particular level. So whenever it is going above the 25 to 28 or 30, 40, those are the levels wherein I needed to be extremely careful. So if you look at this, when the crash happened, what I was expecting is, I was expecting like this. Can you see this? The fall happened, went up, another fall happened, and then the market started to rally. Here, it was a straight fall and then a straight bull run. There was not even another retest of that 7,600. That is like the biggest, it always happens. Okay, so it always happens with everyone. We miss some golden opportunities in our lifetime, but that doesn't mean we will make some stupid decisions in the future. So wait for the next opportunity. The best thing to do is, don't try to run a moving bus. Instead, wait in the bus stop. There will be another bus which will come, which you can take it for your destination. Not every bus you needed to board just because you missed one bus. Okay, that is like something which you needed to think about. Guys, don't take it seriously when I said sell kidney for your investment. Okay, that was just for the reference. Okay. Now, thinking about this, so you guys, now you know my in a trading journey, how it started because of the investing area, then I entered into the trading. My friend used to say, boss, you needed to look at this first. Okay, though he is my subordinate and other things, I used to call him friend and colleague because he has been there with me almost for 20 years, and whatever the good and bad things which has happened in my life, it's all because of him. So the reason why I'm also talking to you guys is also because of him. Okay, without him, I don't think I would have been so successful, either be it in my healthcare BPO or in trading, be it anything in the last 20 years. So all the kudos and credits goes only to him. So now, talking about this is the first website he told me. Okay, this is the first website which he told me that this is the one which I used to track. What is that which you track here? He says, first and foremost, we needed to know what is happening in US markets. I used to ask him why. Because whatever that happens in US market, next day it happens in our market, boss. Then we used to track every day. Dow reacts 200 points in the night negative. Then the next day, our markets will also be negative. Next day, the US will be positive. Our markets will also be positive. We thought we got a golden goose. Okay, what we thought? We got a golden goose. So we used to track, because anyway we are working in the US shift. We think anyway we will try to be awake till 12:31. We will see what is happening in the US market, and whatever that happens, we will also try to do the same thing. Then we thought we have cracked it, and I think no one knows in the market. We are the only ones, because those days tracking a Bloomberg page and other things, we thought no one knows it, and we are the only ones who knows it, because we are working in the US healthcare and everything, and we know everything. But the market teaches you something, right? So we think that in the morning we just follow it. There are few days it has given the result, but there are days wherein it has completely fooled us. Why? Because not every time it will listen to the global market. What is happening today, it is a sign. What is happening here? Yesterday, the US markets fell close to how many points? Close to 300 odd points. It fell close to 1%. Let me just see. Sorry, for the early one. Like in 198. It fell from 300 to 198. Now, looking at this, what I would have expected, I would have been playing completely bearish in the morning. But what is the market doing now here? It is saying, you are a fool. Yesterday you saw the global markets are falling, but that was like I just wanted to fool you guys. Today morning, I just show you that path, and then I know what I needed to do. So this is what has happened to me at that time as well. So what we normally tend to think is, we always think whatever the global market does, the next day our markets will do. Yes, it happens 80% of the time, not 100%. Why? Because our financials and our domestic use and everything is different. But when there is a major pressure which is building up across global markets and across everything, then yes, we will follow that. I will also be explaining you how this Dow theory works along with our markets with another concept. Okay, so this is something which we tracked it, but it gave us a complete insight. What are the things which we needed to be looking at? So in terms of the Dow, then we will be looking at in the local news channels like Money Control or the Economic Times, which are the only portals which were available at the time, which was providing all the news and content and everything. So here, initially we used to follow analysts as well, but that is a big mistake which we did. So I would sincerely say, whatever the news and events which is happening here, track it, but I would sincerely avoid anything which is going to be given by the analysts. It's a total avoid for me. Why? Because there are some genuine analysts, some we do not know whether they are genuine or fake. And the most important thing is, some of the calls which they give, it should have been already been, say for example, they will say a particular stock will move from this level to this level, and by the time you go and enter, it would have already moved, and when you are entering, it would be an exit for someone else. Okay, so they normally post some calls and other things for an exit for someone else. And when you are a TV personality, famous personality, normally anything which they say, automatically people will tend to buy without even looking at anything on the chart. That's the reason it's a big no for me when it is happening. Okay, so any news, say for example, the banking finance firm women street favorite as IT paying purses. So this is the news which is going to be there, but take it with a pinch of salt. Not every news which you're going to be seeing it there will provide you the result the very next day or the same day. Yes, they have moved, but always remember, some of these news portals and others as well, sometimes they will be used for a manipulation. When I say manipulation, you would have heard, right? Say for example, there was a story about the Kotak when Warren Buffett is trying to invest 10% of his, 10%. On that particular day, the Kotak stock rallied. Okay, the immediate, on the same day by 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I think whoever wanted to get an exit and everything, once it is done, they said, no, this is not happening. And I still do not know who's that source-based information. So all those source-based information, everything will be coming at around 1:32 and so on. Please be very careful not to get carried away with all these news which you are getting in. Okay, so that's very important in this market. The next thing. These are all free tools which I used to use. First is the investing portal. Here we'll get to see the live tick of all the major indices that I used to track. I'll be sharing with you what are the indices which we needed to track. Next is the Bloomberg for the news portal on the international news, international finance news and everything. Then comes the Money Control or an Economic Times for India. Then I use a charting for looking for the stock related, whether the particular stock is in overbought territory or in oversold territory. When I look at the Bank Nifty today, you can also look at the index on an yearly view or whatever it is, whichever time frame which you wanted to see it here. This is the daily time frame which we are looking at now. Here, if you look at it, we use 21-day moving average and 10-day moving average here, and it gives you a clue where exactly the market is. It is just playing around in that territory. And the most important thing is the RSI which we use on daily time frame here is 3070, and it is currently playing at 51, which is bullish. This is for Bank Nifty. Similarly, if I wanted to look at for a particular stock like Reliance has been on a complete downward spiral, right? When you see this, It has been falling from 2,800 odd level. It is now at 2,400. But when you look at this here, it was in overbought territory. Now it went into almost into the oversold territory. Now it is bouncing from that level. But is it giving you a major move? No. It is just getting stuck at that 2,400 odd levels, and it is not able to move any further. I think it is looking for some further confirmation for it to make a move. Now, okay. So talking about that, what is happening in the markets now? Is it a perfect two candle theory which is happening? Yes. RSI, it is just below, but please be careful. When the RSI is above 75-80, then I wouldn't be too keen to get into a large quantity. Okay, so in this scenario, we will try to get in like in a small quantity, but I'm just going to be looking at 44,300, 44,400 because this is the beginning of the series, right? So I'm just trying to enter into a small trade. So now, based on whatever the things which I told you yesterday, where exactly will be my stop loss for this trade? Do you see this level? 44,709. This is the candle low, first candle low, and I can also look at 44,702. That is like a little lower, and just wanted to protect myself in either some kind of a crazy move or another thing. Now, the one only question mark is, since the market has rallied a lot and it is just trying to be there, I needed to be a little bit careful. Why? The Nifty is still not being able to break out above that level, because this is the high which got created yesterday, right? That particular level needed to get broken out. Only when you are able to see the Nifty breaking out, Bank Nifty will also go. Otherwise, the Bank Nifty can do some magic and then it can just move you around. Now, it is we have just gone around like in a 400 quantity. You go up to like 500. And again, remember, I'm playing in Bank Nifty, not in the Nifty, because Nifty I don't expect like in too much of volatility to be there. Bank Nifty, it can easily give you 50 to 100 points. I'll also give you a clue. As a seller and a buyer, which indices needed to be focusing. If you are a seller, better to focus any indices which is trading below 20k, and if you are a buyer, focus any indices which is trading above 30k. So for me, Sensex, Bank Nifty, and then BankX or the index which is going to be giving me a good move, okay, as a buyer. Now it is moving it above, and then slowly with 450 or 420, it is keep on moving it, right? Now your aim is to protect your, what to say, the capital, okay? Not only yesterday's profit, now we needed to protect our capital. Now it has already gone above the price, right? So keep it at around 412.5. This way I'm not going to lose my capital, though it has booked the profit and other things. I'm getting protected. Why I'm trying to keep it there? Because the RSI is slowly heading towards a territory wherein it is getting into overbought territory. Now, Shiva, after this two candle move, where exactly, if you have entered into a trade, made money and other things, where exactly you will do the next round of an entry? You can clearly see what the market is doing now. Where exactly the OI is reducing. OI is reducing on the call side. A significant reduction. You are getting almost 111% directional change. That means they are reducing the OI, that means they are covering the position here and they are adding more positions here. In this scenario, considering it's an overbought territory, what I will try to do, I will look for any dip. Okay? If it is going to be a dip here, RSI is going to come from 80 to 70 or 60, then I will buy it, buy it, buy it. Here I will buy more. This is the area wherein I will buy more, because when you have a two candle theory, on the first time when they are coming near to the WMA and the super trend, you will see a bigger support. There is a possibility they can run from here itself. Okay, there is a possibility they can run from here itself. But I would make a mistake in case if the RSI is already 80 and if I'm buying it, then it will be a problem. Why it will be a problem? Because it is already overbought. Someone who would have bought it here, they will try to book the profit, and this will be the day's high, and we will be getting stuck with the position. Anyway, we will see any dip which is going to be happening, and I will try to enter here. Okay, so now, what did I say on the Nifty? So what the Nifty is doing now? Is it trying to stay above that level? And is it trying to do and break out?
Yeah.
What normally happens is, whenever you see this kind of a critical level, they needed to break out with the volume. So when I say volume, we have another 30 more seconds. It will be really good if they can do above 100, 125k. then that will give me a lot more confidence. Even the Nifty is joining the party. Even if Nifty is joining the party. Can you see the difference between how they have been doing it? Why we drawn the blue line now and how they are trying to do and break out above that line? So tell me honestly, how many of you would have felt whatever this guy is saying, like an are we the operator? No. It is all the experience which we have gained it over the years, how the things happen. Okay? So why I use those levels and what are the things which we see and why it happens. Now, will I try to do a fresh entry? Absolutely no. Though we missed the entry and other things, I don't regret. Why? Because it is already overbought. This is the area wherein in the past I used to lose a lot of money. Why? Sometimes when it is above that 80 RSI and it will not keep moving it, and I will get stuck here and it will go all the way up to VWAP. Imagine from 44,800 to 44,680, 200 points stop loss. Do you think it is possible for me? I don't think so. Then we needed to lose a lot of money on that. So that's the reason it's important for it to cool down. Every move on the downside till this and this will be my entry opportunity with VWAP as my stop loss. Okay, if they're breaking the VWAP with volume on the downside, I have no other choice other than exit. Can you see what's happening now? What is happening? Is the RSI coming down? Yes, it is. Now, when it is slowly cooling off, we needed to see it in the Nifty as well, whether it is trying to take a support here. If the Nifty is not able to do it, that's the reason I was telling you, Nifty has to go with the volume. Once it is volume, then the shorts will have a fear, they will cover the position. If not, you will see every dip is getting bought. Okay? So it is currently trading at around 430 odd bucks. Still, I wouldn't be like too keen. Why? It is still going above that level. Okay. In the meantime, we will focus and then we will come down. So these are the three things which I track it along with the India VIX. So if you look at the India VIX, this is something which always used to amaze me. Why it always used to amaze me? Because this has given me an edge in the both for intraday and also for position. So some of the things which I use includes all of these parameters. Those days I never used to pay anything for any services here because everything is available free. Okay, so everything is available for free. Now we will get into the basics of how I needed to look at the F&O segment, what are the things which I do and why we needed to look at that way to take a trade. Always remember, whenever you see a rally like this vertically, this is something which I hated. Okay, why vertical rallies are something which I hate? Because there is a possibility it may break down and it will come down also in the same manner. Okay, though it is a two candle theory and everything is playing out, especially in the morning, since this is a little over the edge, this is not going to be an ideal way for me to. Maybe there might be some news factor which will be done, and I think that is the reason you are seeing all the bank stocks which were in red. It is all in green now, but I needed to be extremely careful at this juncture. No fresh entries on a 3-minute time frame when the RSI has crossed above that 80 mark. Okay, so that is a rule. Put it in your rule book. No problem, even if it goes and gives you a rally and everything, it's fine. But if it goes like this, there is crazy things bound to happen and we might lose a lot of money. So you might see these prices is going like in crazy here, right? From 430 it has gone to 460. But sometimes this is where you will get stuck as well. You would have bought it at the higher level without even realizing the RSI factor, and once it cools off, it can go from 460 to 300 in no time. Okay. Done. Starting with that, we will see once we get a trading opportunity near the super trend, there will be some kind of a correction. The markets will tend to come near to the super trend. We will see whether it is coming there with the volume or not. If it is not coming with the volume, we will try to get into a trade over there. But till that time, I needed to wait it out. Now, coming here, I told you about the Dow futures is something which we track first and foremost. So why is that we track the Dow futures? Anyone? I don't want the answers from the previous participants. Okay, there is a question. Can we take a PE now when the RSI is high? Please avoid. Okay. So most of you have mentioned it as like in a mother of all, mother of all markets and so on. Yes, you are absolutely right. US is the mother of all markets. Why it is called as mother of all markets? Because most of the transactions which is happening around the globe, it has all been done in dollar terms. And the most interesting thing is they are the number one economy in the world. Though they don't have anything substantial, they always live on credit and other things, but still they are very smart in terms of creating the GDP and everything. And they have, what they have done, they have completely democratized and they made sure that most of the transactions which is happening across the globe is traded in the dollar terms. So when it is being done, it literally they are controlling the world market. So whatever that is going to be done over there, so if you are like sitting at home, mom is going to be the key figure, right? So if you are looking at all the relatives and everything coming in and everybody, so she will be the key figure. Similar to that, US acts as it. So that's the reason everybody calls US as a mother of all markets. In that scenario, whenever mother does something, okay, that gets reflected across the global markets. Okay, so say for example, whatever the things which is happening across the global markets, mother will be able to absorb it and show it on her feed. That's what you're going to be seeing it here. So what does the US market does? It's currently, yesterday, it closed at 198 points. That is in the negative. That means yesterday there are some news which which would have been floating in US market which were not comfortable to them, and then the market got sold out. So we have three things which needed to be tracked in global market, especially in the Dow. One is the Dow Jones, which is similar to our Nifty 50. Next is our S&P 500. This is like a Standard and Poor 500 companies put together. Next comes the Nasdaq 100. Nasdaq 100 is similar to your Nifty IT. So there are different indices which we needed to track. There are several other like Russell and so on. We will not track them. These are the key things which will help you to understand where exactly the market is going to be moving. If the Dow futures and Dow Jones futures and everything is like in the positive, you will normally see our banks, our FMCG sector, everything is going to be in green. If you see last night the Nasdaq has cracked 5%, 10%, all the the Facebook, the Metas and the Apple, everything cracked. You will see our markets also doing a little bit of problem in the IT sector. Similarly, the S&P 500 provides a stable opportunity. It is a combination of both Dow and the Nasdaq, so it will take both into consideration and then show you the price here. Now, the major one which I always track is the Dow. If this guy shows something, that will automatically reflect in other markets. And the most important one, what is the time for the Dow Jones? Dow Jones normally operate in our night time because that is their daytime. So you will usually see 6:30 or 7:30 based on their daylight saving time. The market's open and it is open till 1:30 or 2:30 based on the daylight saving time. So once the US market closed, you will think that their market action is completely done. No. Beyond that, you will see the Dow Jones futures trading literally almost 20 hours a day. When I say 20 hours a day, it starts at 5:30 in the morning, the Dow Jones futures, when the Nikkei market opens, which is nothing but the Japanese market, and shuts shop at 1:30 or 2:30 once the US market shuts shop. So you will normally see the Dow Jones going to be getting traded through the day. So it is going to give you a clue what exactly happening. Okay. Now, last night the Dow Jones closed in the negative of 0.57, and the Dow Jones futures currently it is trading at now 140, that is like in a GMT time. So currently it is trading at 52 points in the negative. Usually, looking at this, I should have been bearish. Why? Because last night the mother was not happy, even she is not happy here. And why it is 50 points in the down? You would see the reason here because even the Asian markets like Hang Seng and some of the other indices are also in the red. I'll just show you that. We'll click on the major indices in the investing page, and if you see this is the Asian markets. European markets have not yet opened. Shanghai is down, 1% down. Nikkei is almost 0.7% down. And then you see all the Asian markets, the Taiwan, the Hang Seng. These are the 4 markets which I track. Nikkei, Shanghai, Hang Seng, and Taiwan. So Taiwan, you can ignore it to an extent, but if you are considering Hang Seng, China, and the Nikkei, this will give you a complete clue what they are up to. So these 3 markets are clearly trading in the negative, and you can clearly see what Nikkei does. Nikkei is like a friendly companion of US markets. Whatever the US does in the previous day, you will get to see the same kind of a reaction happening in the Nikkei markets. Okay, 80 to 90% of the time, Nikkei reacts almost a similar way of Dow Jones. Now, when all these Asian indices are like completely going with the mother, there is one a guy in the family, right, who will always be against something. Who's that? There will be one. That guy is this. Who's that? The Indian guy. The Indian guy is totally against. He says everybody in the family is ordering a pizza. This guy says no, I wanted barbecue chicken today. That is exactly happening. Okay, so don't think that so all are going to be doing that, or maybe everybody is sad at home for something else, and this guy has a college culturals today and he's enjoying himself in the college culture. You can put it that way. That is what is happening to Indian market. So when these kind of correlation and other things tend to happen, 80 to 90% of the time our market will also react, but there will be few occasions wherein our guy will say, no, we have our own things to take care, we have our own events to take care, and we are going to be based on that. So whatever that has been happening, it's purely because some domestic cues have been positive for India and people have been planning for that. Now, if you look at it, so the RSI has come down from 460, it has come down to 430 again. So this is the area in case if I wanted to enter, I will re-enter. Okay, what am I doing now? Why did I enter this trade? Guys, I'll be explaining you the 2-candle theory concept, don't worry about it. What am I doing now? I didn't buy it when it went to the overbought territory. As it is cooling down, I needed to enter. As it is cooling down, I needed to enter. And the most important thing is, till which level you will be entering, Shiva? I'll be entering till here. Okay, let it come near to the super trend. This is where I needed to look at. So when is that something wherein we will be tracking the world market? We will be tracking it all through the day. We will be tracking it all through the day. So that's the reason you will be tracking the Dow futures anytime when you are watching the markets. I always want you guys to watch this Dow futures. Clear? Now, when you're watching this Dow futures, also make sure that you also track some of the other indices, which is going to be helpful. So which are the ones? Let's open up the word. So Dow will be the mother. Okay. We will be tracking both what action happened on last night and what action is happening currently. Imagine last night Dow fell 200 points negative. Okay. Now futures is trading plus 200. So which one you will give importance to? Correct. Don't go by what has happened last night. If the things have changed in the morning, I would give importance to the current one. So what is happening now? Where is the markets now? It's almost falling. Does it make sense for us to buy it here when the price was around 470, 480? What would have happened if I would have bought it without even realizing that the RSI is overbought? We would have got stuck. By this time, you would have not been able to make money. It would have been completely gone. And just adding more and more quantity as it is heading towards this territory. I'm just going to go up to 1,000, and then we will add another 1,000 when it comes here, and then 500 here, another 1,000 here. Okay, so there is a question. So since the market is falling, why are not we taking the put trade? You guys will get to know when I explain you the OI concepts why we are not going on the put side. Instead, we are looking for an opportunity to buy on the call side itself. The reason is pretty simple. Okay, you needed to go along the trend. Unless and until the VWAP is not getting broken, for me the trend on the bullish side is still intact. The trend on the bullish side is still intact. So don't try to go against the trend. That is the bigger mistake many a times we do, and then we lose our focus, and then we lose faith. Guys, it is getting nearer and nearer. This is the reason you needed to be there on the market, watching it very, very carefully. So almost from 3,000 odd profit, we went into almost like a 10k, 12k loss. Now we are back into the green. This is the area wherein I'm expecting one round of support. Correct? We missed this opportunity, but we are getting another golden opportunity. As a two candle theory, we will be getting at least multiple opportunities. And all I need is one of those opportunities in my favor and get the trade done and then close the positions. I don't need it to keep on trading the whole day. We needed to just wait for the right moment, opportunity, and once it is presented, I needed to take it. Now, what is giving me the confidence to take this trade? Tell me honestly, what is the reason for me to take this trade very confidently? Though the Dow is not giving me the clue and other things, something which I'm seeing it on the chart which is giving me the clue. What is that? Now you guys are slowly starting to understand the volumes on the red bar. Imagine, when the market went like this crazy with the volumes, I would love to see a similar kind of a volume to break this green bar. As long as that is not being done, I can expect the support to be there. One more thing, what did I say about the vertical rally? Whenever there is a vertical rally, you can always expect some kind of a fall. And that fall is getting done now. Okay, now the only thing which I wanted is, I don't want these guys to break the super trend. Why? Usually you will get one round of support at the super trend when it is two candle theory. That occurs at least 8 out of 10 times. But for some reason, if they are breaking it, then the range will be between super trend and the VWAP. This is a very, very difficult area because the range will be too big and it will be very difficult for you to average and hold your positions. As a scalper, I'm looking to get into a trade, get an entry, make some money, get out of the trade. That's the reason we needed to be really, really careful when it is here. So all we need is just one big green bar and you should be done with the trade. So once it crosses the 10-12k mark, I wanted to trail this one. So we have deployed around 7%. Okay, you guys will get to know the complete logic on the two candle theory, why we are taking a support trade here and everything. Don't worry. You guys are just getting into the day two, right? Guys, it took me several years, but you guys are just wanting to know everything on one day itself. Huh? So what is that which I said regarding the super trend? Should it break? If it breaks, what will be the problem? Then it is going to be a tough one, because you needed to wait till all the way here to average your positions, because it is almost 100 point. And if you are keeping a stop loss, you needed to be prepared for this kind of a stop loss. Already our loss would be more than 20k now. Yeah, look at that. It has almost, if you look at the chart of this, I'll just show you the chart. The one which we have taken a trade is 44,400. Look at this. It went to a high of 471. The volumes came down. Now it is starting to correct a bit. Almost from 471, it has been consistently falling. Now, where exactly I can expect the support? One round of support at the super trend. I'm just going to be adding few positions here, because this is this area wherein I'm just expecting one round of support, right? Now, they just needed to pull it back from here. This is the area wherein I needed to wait it out. In case, if the super trend breaks, okay, with the volume and so on, then I needed to be really careful, and my final destination would be the VWAP. Now what happened now? Can you see this? We have around 2200 quantity, and they are comfortably breaking the super trend now. Usually, what did I say? They needed to take a support on the first time. If they are not, then can you see the length? This is a super trend 44,480, and this one is 44,711. Between this particular level, they will play it. Now, I shouldn't be averaging it here or doing anything. I needed to wait for this level, or I just needed to wait it out for it to reverse. This is the power of RSI when it is overbought, and now I'm expecting a RSI to give me a support at that 50k mark. Okay, so this is the area wherein I'm just going to be taking some trade. Can you see the price fall? From almost 470, it has quickly fallen to 370. And guys, this is on a weak volume. This is the crazy structure. Okay, this is what is going to be scary. Whenever a market falls on low volumes, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a support. Because someone is saying, no, we are going to be getting a move on the downside, and we are not going to be giving you any opportunity. And our stop loss, which we placed, got triggered. Now, in case, Shiva, where did I look to re-enter? The area which I needed to re-enter is going to be here. I just needed to wait it out and then take it. Because we were not expecting this to be broken, right? That's the reason we kept a 75-point stop loss. And once it is broken with the wall, like in a crazy candle, you have to exit it. Guys, the most important element is, don't be afraid to take a stop loss. When we are not taking a stop loss, that will be the bigger problem. Now, I just needed to take a position here. We will just wait for it. Guys, this is the area wherein I needed to be really ready. Now, it is almost coming near to the zone wherein it needed to take a support, right? This is the zone wherein it is trying to break, but is it breaking with the volume? Is it breaking with the volume? Yes, no. When they are coming near to the VWAP, what they needed to do? They needed to break it with the volume. If not, you might get a bounce which can give you some kind of a move on the upside. So almost from 120 odd levels, we have come to almost 80 odd levels now. So what I will do is, I'll cut down some quantities here. And then look for another entry here, because usually when it is coming down like this, they will try to do that. So I'm just not going to be closing the complete positions. I just take out those here. I'll try to take a small trade for every dip. Sorry, I think this button has been pressed. Taking a trade there. Can you see this? Again there is a fall. As a scalper, you needed to be really, really ready. I will wait for it. What is this zone is called? If you are a trader, anything which is trading between 40 and 50, we consider it as a no trade zone. So we bought it here, we sold it here. Again, I am trying to buy it here because it is not falling with the volume. Right? Now, if you look at the Nifty, what the Nifty has done, they went above that level, they couldn't survive, they are also coming here. But has the Nifty come to the revamp? No. Now in this scenario, what the Bank Nifty will try to do is, it will try to take a support here at least once. If it is not, then it will be a serious problem for us. Just trying to add some positions here at around the 340, because the market is not giving up that particular level. So almost from a level of 470, it has come down to this level. We'll wait. Now, what of the trade which I have taken now? Where is the stop loss now? Where is the stop loss it's indicating to me? Do you see this white line? This is my stop loss. In case, for some reason, if the market is going to be like in making a move further and further from that level, this is going to be like in a dampener. This is the final level. Below the VWAP, we can't be keep on like an averaging it and holding our position. That's not going to work out. We can only hold it up to a particular level. If these guys are just making another excuse to take it lower, we just needed to get out. Now, only thing which I needed to see is, what is that action happening here? Can you see what they are trying to do? I think the stop loss is almost getting hit. There is no point in holding this trade, because almost it is coming near to my day's stop loss, which is around like in 1,50,000. So what I will try to do is keep it as a minus 1,00,000 as a stop loss. So either it comes to this level or this level, the stop loss will get hit, because it is almost breaching my levels. In this scenario, there is absolutely, you shouldn't be even be thinking anything other than to book your loss and then get out of the trade. And one more thing which is crazy, look at this. The trend from almost 64, they have started to add some positions, and then they are starting to reduce the OI. It went up to 157 and then starting to reduce. Now this will be a crazy day. Why I say it is a crazy day? They went with the volume, again they are falling with this, but they are not falling with the volume. They are trying to take a support. The weekend stop losses, everything would have been getting triggered. Almost our stop loss will also be like in, it went up to like in 145, 150, and then come to get your bounce. We will see what it goes and how it goes. In case, Shiva, where should I be like in really averaging it now and then taking this market higher? This is the area wherein we need to be really, really careful. Say for example, if they are breaking it below the VWAP, all your indicators are above, you're not going to be taking a severe trade. Instead, we will look for a two-candle theory on the downside. We will look for a two-candle theory on the downside. Guys, always remember, when it is doing it, You have to just follow the protocol. Whatever the levels which you have mentioned, keep it. Keep it. That's important. Don't play like an erratically. So this white line is based on the AI. So AI says, Shiva, based on the price action today and whatever the things that happen, this particular level is something wherein I'm expecting it to be supported. If the level is getting broken, then it's time for you to pack up your bags and then get out of the trade. That's exactly the message which is coming in. Now, they're just trying to play around in the territory. As it is moving up and just adding some positions here, because a couple of times it came near to this level and then trying to move it up. Let's see what they're going to be doing in. Can they break it, or they're going to be moving up? We'll wait. We'll wait. Almost again coming to that. Broke. Is it broken? Okay, I think we have kept the position on alert mode. One second. Is it again trying to do that? Let's see. Couple of attempts there. It's going to be an interesting trade. That is for sure. Again, trying to do a bounce. Is normally in this kind of a market, you will see multiple levels of like in the resistance getting tested and then the support is getting tested, and then they might just do it like in another crazy move. Now we have no other choice. This time if it gets hit, it gets hit. Almost it is coming to that level. One more time, it has closed the positions. Now if you go and look at it, it would have closed it. I think we are almost done with whatever the target which we have set. And once it is done, try to exit. No other choice. It may bounce and do all those work, but absolutely you are stuck like in 1, 2, 3, and this is not the stop loss which you have placed in the system, so nobody would have been knowing the stop loss also. Okay, so there is a question like why we didn't reduce the quantity as it is coming down. Guys, as it is coming down and taking a bounce, we needed to be pyramiding on both the sides. So don't try to only pyramid it when it's coming down. Say for example, what we did, we also bought it from 320 to 290 odd levels, 340, and when it went to 310, and then on the way up to 320, we are trying to buy it again. So this is the area wherein I will try to average it, and we are keeping almost like in a 20 or 30 point stop loss, and once it is getting triggered, no other way. And it has been done consistently at least 3-4 times. And sometimes, yes, from here you will see a large candle wherein it will give you all the moves and other things, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. As a trader, we should be ready to get into all these things. Okay, don't think that every trade which we are going to be doing it, everything is going to be coming into the green. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. Now, so what is the clue which you are getting it? We have been discussing about the world markets and everything, right? So what is the clue which is given now? It is going and aligning with the global markets now. As a bank nifty, is it going and aligning with the global markets? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So whatever the global market does, it says, at the beginning of the day we would have just roamed around here and there, but now considering the global markets are in pain, we also wanted to go and convey our message. This is exactly the message which has been coming in. Only thing which has happened here is, it is trapping the people on both the sides today. The markets is trapping the people on both the sides. I normally expected the support to be coming in here. Why? Usually when you see a two candle theory happening, that particular low would be definitely getting defended. Why it will definitely getting defended? Because the guy who's putting in the money here, he will come and try to say, Shiva, this is the area wherein I have imparted my money and I will try to protect that particular level. Once that guy is trying to break that level, you have no other choice other than to exit. Now, should I go and enter the trade into this? This is a bigger mistake which we will try to do. We normally tend to do very like in a quick reaction. Right? What is a quick reaction? We tend to think that, okay, it has gone up, we would have bought it. No, it didn't. It came to the support level, we bought it, still it didn't, and it is falling. When it is falling, see whether it is falling with the volume. If it is not falling with the volume, then there is every reason this market can give you another shocker later. Imagine if you are trying to buy a put, immediately thinking that the market has fallen, this guy can give you another shock on the upside. Yes. In this scenario, the two candle theory given you the result, the support trade didn't give you that. Why the support trade didn't give you that? Might be the global cues and some of the things which is happening now. Now what is the OI data is suggesting? Slowly but steadily, the OI on the call side is slowly increasing from 64 lakhs to 82, and this one is reducing from 1.4 to 1.29, which is clearly indicating to me that writers are saying, Shiva, like we are going to be adding more positions here, and we are starting to reduce some positions on the put side. The reason is the move is not convincing to me, and we are going to be making use of that opportunity. Today is a perfect day to trap both buyer and seller. Why? On this up move, the sellers would have started to sell more of puts. Okay, the sellers would have started to sell more of puts. On here, they would have all made a loss. Similar to the way we bought the calls, thinking that it has went high with the volume, we would have also made a loss. Similar to that, the sellers would have also made a loss. This is like in a perfect trap day wherein the big operators are saying, I know what you guys are playing to, and today we will show you that that particular strategy is not going to work. This is the day wherein, when we see that all the strategies, whether it works or not, right, this is the day it proves that it is not going to be working. Guys, there are like in some people who ask me, Shiva, is there a way wherein we will be able to know these traps in advance? I gave you one clue. One clue is, when you see a vertical rally, the vertical fall will be there. The fall was there, but I was expecting the support also to be coming in, which didn't happen today. Now they are making a serious move on the downside. The price at which we exited is somewhere around 300 odd levels, right? Now it has come to almost 290 odd levels, and it is like slowly and steadily heading lower and lower. Now, in case, if I'm a trader, if I wanted to get into the trade, sure, which is the level at which you wanted to enter? I wanted to see whether they are breaking the previous day VWAP, and also the current day VWAP is broken. If these two levels are getting broken, see where exactly the low was created yesterday. So if you see the low was somewhere around this particular level. If this level is getting breached with volume, you will see a significant downfall. Otherwise, you just needed to see for a day wherein the market is going to be playing near and there, and then they are just going to be playing around in this territory. Now if you look at that, there is a price of 44,400. It has come to almost 290 odd levels, again trading at 300 odd levels. They're just going to be playing in that territory. thing which I wanted to show you. This is a bank nifty, and heading like in 1 week into the expiry, still the IG levels are close to 9. And this is what is interesting. Can you see both the sides? It is short build up mostly, except few strikes here having a long build up, but mostly it is the short build up on both the sides. This is clearly indicating whatever the up move and the down move that is going to be occurring. As a writer, I'm going to be eating the premiums. As a writer, I'm going to be eating the premiums. Now, we'll wait it out. We'll see if there is going to be a better opportunity based on the Dow in the afternoon. So what is that which Dow does now? Imagine sometime back the Dow was somewhere around 50 odd points. Now see where the Dow is trading. When we started the session, the Dow was trading at 50 odd points. Where is the Dow futures now trading at? Do you see this live values? It is around 73, 74. Is it getting into positive or it is getting into negative? Negative? Yes. So it is now starting to fall further and further. This is something which we needed to be aware. Imagine after some time, this Dow value can go to 120, 140, 150. Then our markets will also start to tank. That's the reason during intraday we needed to be keep tracking the Dow. Imagine for some reason the Dow from almost 75, it has gone into green of 50 or 60 points. Immediately we'll see a large green candle appearing in our markets too. If you go and click on our dashboard, this dashboard is designed for that. Okay, this dashboard is designed to let you know how the Dow futures and the Nifty futures movement is there. So if you look at the Dow is slowly starting to fall. Our market went higher, starting to fall, doing a little bit of a recovery, but it is not a convincing recovery. But for some reason, if the Dow falls further and further, our market will also start to join, provided there are some cues which is going to be helpful to them. What are those cues? You will see the trending OI data changing drastically. Now, what is the data suggesting you on the Nifty? Mostly it is the writer's paradise. How do I say it is a writer's paradise? Something wherein like in both the sides the OI is almost similar. It started to give you a gap here, and now again it is starting to get into a contraction mode. That means the OI from almost 9 crore, it has gone to 10.6. From 12, it has again gone to 13 crore. So again they are getting into a contraction mode. Tracking the Dow is going to be very critical for the second half, and at the same time it is an expiry day. Please be careful for the Nifty expiry, considering the way they have been doing it. Now, we have seen the Dow. That is the Word document. I was posting a question, right? Now the Dow is around minus 65. After some time, if the Dow goes to minus 125, even if our market is staying at this stage, don't try to be ultra bullish, because the global markets have started to go negative. Our market somewhere will start to do a profit booking. Our markets will somewhere start to do a profit booking, because they know whatever that we have, by end of the day, the global markets open at that level. If the Dow futures is trading at this level, then when you see the Dow market open at around 730, they will open at this level, okay, in the minus 125. Then what will happen? Automatically the markets will start to react to that. The gift Nifty and everything will start to react in the negative. Even yesterday night, if you have seen it, once the Dow market opened, the gift Nifty went into the negative of more than 100 points. Anybody who would have been taking home, thinking that the market is going to give you a gap up, all those people would have been literally shocked. Now, that's the reason tracking the Dow in real time is very important. So, which are the markets apart from Dow should we track it? We should be tracking Nikkei, Hang Seng, and Shanghai. These are the markets which we will be tracking in the Asian region. Okay, Nikkei opens at 530, Hang Seng opens at 7, Shanghai opens at almost 536. So the most closest market out of the three will be Hang Seng. Hang Seng is one of the emerging economies, and it is similar to our market. So it's always important for us to track what Hang Seng does in the morning. Earlier there used to be a period, I don't know how many of you tracked it 3-4 years back, Dow, Hang Seng and Bank Nifty used to trade at the same level. There are days wherein During intraday, you will see all these three indices trading at the same level. Okay, now look at the values of all these three. Dow is trading at 34,000, Hang Seng is trading somewhere around 18 or 19k, 18k, and Bank Nifty is trading at 44, 45k. So there was a period wherein I used to trade Dow, Hang Seng, and the Bank Nifty at 28k. So intraday, you will see all these three guys making a similar kind of a move, and they will be playing in the same level. Yeah, it was somewhere around June 2021, correct. Okay, so these are the indices which we will be tracking it. The why we needed to track these indices will be giving a clue to the Dow futures. If these guys are trading in big green, the Dow futures will also trade in green. If these guys are trading in red, the Dow will take that into consideration, and as a mother, it will also trade in red. Now, beyond this, which are the indices? We also needed to start tracking some of the European big indices. Which are the ones? We'll be looking at CAC, DAX, and FTSE. This is French, German, and the English one. So we will be tracking, these are the major economies in the European region. These guys normally open between 12:30, 1:30, and so on. So here, we needed to be looking at what they are doing. Look at this. We will look at the futures. If you look at their futures, what are they showing now? These are all again live ticks. DAX is opening in the green, red, CAC, FTSE, all these three are opening in the red, close to 0.2, 0.3. These are future rates, and as and when they open, they will open in these rates. So currently, everybody, almost except one or two indices in the world, almost everybody is trading in the negative, which is clearly suggesting, Shiva, any upside today will be like a little difficult. But the reason for me to go into that particular trade is purely because of the data, because the data was positive at that time. When the OI on the call side was reducing and the OI on the put side was increasing, naturally that is a counter trade which we needed to take it, even though the global cues are negative. But it's a trade wherein it can go against you. That's exactly as done it today. We needed to accept it and then move on to the next trade. Now, they are moving it on the upside, correct? But is it giving you any confidence after seeing whatever the things which has happened? Is it giving you any confidence? No. They are again trying their level best to take it above that VWAP level, which is not. Many people will say, Shiva, in this scenario, should we not take a put trade? Guys, always remember, out of 10 times, you might fail 2 times, 8 times we will be winning. What happens if I would have taken a put trade due to the RSI? If the RSI is extremely higher and if I would have taken a trade, when the fall is happening, say for example, sometimes this move can go up to 90 RSI also. In that one, automatically your premium prices on the put side would crash from 400 to 200. Wherein you could have bought it at 400, it can easily move another 200 points also because it will be under writer's grip. I'll show you how. Can you see this? This is 44,400 call and put. What has happened here? The blue line is the OI. Okay, it was around 22 lakhs here and then 19 lakhs 2018. Suddenly there is a big drop. From 18 lakh it came to almost 8 lakhs. Now slowly it is again increasing it to 12 lakhs. What has happened in that particular period? The price has significantly gone higher. Now it is slowly declining at a much larger pace. Here, do you see any decline happening in terms of the price? We needed to see a drastic decline in terms of the OI, then we will be able to do it. Here, what they are trying to do? They have started writing it from 320, they brought down the price, they are bringing down the price further and further. It went to 130, went to the VWAP line, and then starting to fall again. It is a writer's paradise. Guys, unless and until someone plays big on the futures, never trust the option prices. Okay, there was few query also on, should we look at the futures chart or the spot chart? What am I looking at? I'm always looking at the future chart. Why am I looking at the future chart then the spot chart? Though the intrinsic value and everything calculated on the spot chart, future is the one which will decide which way we can expect it. Why? Spots are not getting traded, only the futures are getting traded. So that's the reason we track the futures and we look for the volumes and everything based on the future chart, not the spot chart. Okay. So now I think they are just playing around in this territory. We will take a small break and then we will go. Okay. What is mean by writer site and other things? We will get into the next session. Now you would have understood what are the global markets and everything which we track, right? Now we will go into one step further. Okay, guys, we will go into the strike price, which strike to select and everything. And normally on Fridays, the first day of the series, we will not look at too much into the delta value. So people were asking me, Shivalakan, should I not look at the delta value? This is the first day of a new series. Okay, on a first day, you normally don't look at the delta. Even if the delta is around 0.5, 0.6, because this is like, you have the time value. That's the reason we can look at anything. If you are going to be looking at 0.8 on day one, there won't be any liquidity. Can you see this? There won't be any liquidity. The whole day, the volume and the OI change was very, very minimum. That's the reason we are looking somewhere around where there's little bit of a price action which is happening. 44,400, 44,500. Though I could have chosen 44,500, but it is trading somewhere around 300 odd range. I want it to be little safer. That's the reason we went on 400 odd range. Okay, even that, it has fallen drastically, right? From 470 odd to almost 280 odd levels. It is a quick fall. Absolutely, we needed to accept it and then wait it out. There is a super trend. I will explain you all those things. Just wait for it. We are going by one. In the first one, we are just looking at the Dow futures now. Then we will go into India VIX. Then we will go into OI. Then we will go into the OI spurts and everything. Then you will understand all these indicators, why we are using it and what is the reason and logic behind it. Okay? Now we will take a small break.